this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network. Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
There we go. Happy Devils Monday. This is the Woo Report, episode 142. I'm your host, Sam Woo. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network. Sorry for the technical difficulties before. It happens when you're in a rush, when you're rushing back with the latest Devils news. Your New Jersey Devils have recalled Bahl and Marian Studenic from Utica, and also in the protocol updates, unfortunately, Christian Jaros, or someone would call him Christian Jaros, whichever you want to call him, is now in the COVID protocol. That's what we have so far. But Bahl finally makes it back up to the big club. Your New Jersey Devils, bringing that size defensively. Could he be on the fourth line? Who knows? Also in the protocol as well, Ryan Graves, Nico Hischier, and again, Christian Jaros in the protocol right now, the NHL's protocol. And these things are going to happen along the way. These things are going to happen. The entire team, as far as we know, is fully vaccinated, as far as we know. And other teams as well around sports, not just the NHL, also players going into their protocols as well. Going to some of the Facebook Live right now, Daniel writes, why don't they also bring up Foot? Well, he's too busy developing, Daniel. Not a bad idea, but I think it's still a little too early. Daniel writes, hope Hischier and Graves aren't going to be out that long. That's our hope. First off, health first. Health comes first. Hello, Arlette. Arlette is watching. Arlette, I was about to contact you, but I had to do the Woo Report. I will contact you later because I visited that venue in South Brunswick, and it's a pretty nice venue. But anyway, that's between me and Arlette, or Arlette and I. I will get back to you soon, Arlette. Yeah, Mike Ruff. It sucks, but it is what it is. You know, about COVID. That's the world we're living in right now. And this is where the depth comes in for the New Jersey Devils. It's a lot of youth depth. depth. And I talked about this on my Devils blog on hockeybuzz.com about sense of urgency, but also this is a very important week, just like last week. And the Devils need to simply win. Now you're playing divisional opponents that have an interest in beating the New Jersey Devils because of the standings in the Eastern Conference. When you're playing the Philadelphia Flyers, who want to avenge those two losses, now they're on a 2-game winning streak. They want to avenge and beat the New Jersey Devils home at Wells Fargo Center, 7 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, we'll have Game Day Live and Devils After Dark. Just don't know the location yet. And also, they play the Vegas Golden Knights with the 16-11 record. Play the Detroit Red Wings, who've, actually are not bad in their rebuild. And you're going to have to try to skip over them. And the Pittsburgh Penguins. For that last wild card spot, Devils currently 5 points out as of now. Right now it's 4:57 p.m. Eastern, December 13th. So the Devils right now need to get it together. They practiced today with their new teammates coming up. Kevin Bahl played 7 games last year. And it's what, who said that? Mike Ruff said, can see what's under the hood. See how these prospects do. Now, I want to temper our expectations. We shouldn't go too crazy of expectations. We want to see this team right now put together 60 minutes, 65 minutes plus some shootout time as well. A full effort of Devils hockey. What is Devils hockey? What is their identity? What is it that's going to be great in the future? And these are the questions we are asking as a young team is falling. When you're talking about an organization that literally rebuilt itself from the ground up, first starting with new ownership group back then, 2013, taking over, for lack of a better term, a bankrupt franchise in bankruptcy, rebuilding the finances, then suddenly rebuilding the culture and play, the entire system in itself, farm system with prospects playing a different brand of hockey. It's no longer lose Devils anymore with structure and defense and great goaltending. Now, what is the New Jersey Devils identity right now? What we're sold upon is the future, the process, the young talent, the young potential, but it's just potential. Daniel thinks in the Facebook Live we should focus on defense, that the Devils should focus on defense. Couldn't agree with you more. It all starts with the defense. If you can't defend, it's a heck of a time trying to scoring if you can't even defend. It puts a lot of pressure on your offense to score goals. And you know how goals are in the NHL. They come at a premium, mind you. So Kevin Bahl and Marian Studenic have been recalled. Jaros in the COVID protocol. But I ask you, my friends, I ask you about your New Jersey Devils. What is their identity? What is it that's going to make this team successful with the philosophies and players they have. This is an analytics-based scouting compared to 10, 20 years ago under Lou Lamoriello. Some of the advances hadn't been made during that time period. But how are the Devils using that to their advantage? What makes them great? Let's give credit what credit's due. Jesper Bratt, I believe it picked in the 5th round, looking to be a very valuable contributor in the short term and long term for your New Jersey Devils. That's scouting. Mackenzie Blackwood, 2nd rounder, big goaltender, or maybe Akira Schmid, Swiss-born, 5th round pick, but he's not Swiss cheese. He did a heck of a job for the AHL's Utica Comets, a Devils affiliate. Big goaltenders, big defensemen. We shall see. Maybe it's going to take more time, but I stress to the Devils, show us something. Some fans, like myself, in full disclosure, we're a little impatient right now because it's been quite a long time. I hadn't seen this type of rebuild since never, actually. Because back in the 80s, it was just a build, not a rebuild. David Decker says, let's go Devils. David Decker, Town Toyota in Ledgewood. If you need a Toyota, go to David Decker. If you need a car, truck, a good deal, and advice, and maybe a friend that happens to be a Devils fan, go to David Decker, Town Toyota in Ledgewood, who, by the way, tattooed the Let's Go Devils podcast logo on his body. Now, that is a lifetime devoted fan to this podcast. And also, he has supplied, in full disclosure, Toyotas to the Let's Go Devils podcast staff. Not going to name names, but I could assure you they are satisfied customers. Big changes may be looming for the New Jersey Devils, as fans and management, I'm sure, are looking for wins. Patience is a virtue, but drawing the line in the sand and actually enforcing the red line of accountability is also a prerequisite of getting to your goals and milestone. If you're not there, you got to start making changes. Changes are tough. The human element, the human face of change can be tough when you possibly have to move on from coaches or scouting or GMs or even the accountant in the back room somewhere within the New Jersey Devils. Michael S. YouTube Live says LGD. I'm not going to say it's easy, but I think we can all agree here, whether you're a fan, management, an employee, or just a regular hockey fan of another team. It's all about winning. It's all about winning at the end of the day. And winning with honor and dignity. You play the game right. Nobody is bigger than the game. You respect the game. You respect the refs. You may have disagreements, but there's a respect factor there. And that's what makes hockey the most wonderful sport in the world, especially after an elimination game, when you see hockey players shaking hands after beating each other up in the playoffs. It's a sign of sportsmanship. It's a sign of humanity that goes greater than the sport itself. And that's why we love hockey. Because in the end game is to get your name engraved on a piece of silver called the Stanley Cup. Went a little off track here. Bahl and Studenic recalled Jaros in protocol, along with Heischer and Ryan Graves. Best wishes to them. Hopefully they're healthy and be out of protocol soon. Stay safe, everyone. Till next time, this is the Woo Report. Let's go, Devils.